I got my hands on quite a few new watches this year, and I wanted to make a recap on my favorites 10 releases in 2022. I also made some in-depth reviews on the watches featured on this list. You can find them on my channel if you are interested. Let's start with number 10, the Tudor Ranger. The new Ranger is a great entry piece to the Tudor brand, coming in at £2,420. The watch is packed full with new specs, including Tudor's in-house movements with 70 hours of power reserve, and the new T-Fit system, which enables users to micro-adjust bracelet size on the fly without any tool. The Ranger comes in a 39mm case, and it is 12mm thick. This simple three-handed watch offers great versatility and makes it a very good daily watch. I think the Ranger is a fantastic choice for most people, but since I have a below-average wrist size, the watch doesn't really fit me. I also found the proportion a bit off for my taste, so this isn't the watch for me. Coming in at number 9 is the green Omega Seamaster Diver 300 meters. Green seems to be a popular color in the recent years, and Omega made sure they also jump onto this trend by introducing this new green color on the classic Seamaster. Other than the color, the watch is identical to the standard Seamaster Diver 300M, which I'm sure we are all familiar with. The tone of green Omega chose here is really interesting though. It is quite dynamic, and the shade of green looks different in different lighting conditions. This green Seamaster seems to be quite popular in the UK, as I haven't seen many of these at the ADs. I can appreciate this new color option offered by Omega, but I still prefer the white dial version for myself. Coming in at number 8 is the Rolex Deepsea Challenge. For those who didn't know, the Deepsea Challenge is made up of titanium. It has a huge case diameter of 50mm, and it is 23mm thick. Whilst this is certainly not a watch for me, I can really appreciate this super bold move by Rolex, especially when Rolex is often seen as a conservative brand, releasing only safe or boring watches. This is also the first time Rolex uses titanium in its modern watchmaking. Whether you like the watch or not, you have to give credit to Rolex for its courage to step outside of its comfort zone with the release of this Deepsea Challenge. Coming in at number 7 is the Rolex Air King. I love that Rolex has trimmed down the thickness of the Air King with this new update. The discontinued version has a thickness of 13.2mm, which to me is a bit too much for a simple three-handed watch. Yes, I know about the dual casing, the anti-magnetic property and all, but I think having a thinner case profile like the 2022 Air King is a game changer. The new Air King now features a crown guard, which is an odd move to me, because this is not a dive watch. Nonetheless, I'm glad Rolex finally put an updated movement in the watch, and also improved the case profile to make it much more wearable. Coming in at number 6 is the Tudor Black Bay 36 SNG. I usually prefer steel over two-tone watches, but the new Black Bay 36 SNG just looks so good in person. It is a steel and yellow gold watch, but the gold isn't very out there. It doesn't scream attention, and it looks more down to earth than what I expected from looking at the press photos. The Jubilee style bracelet is top notch, and it features the T-Fit system, and the watch sits very comfortably on my 6-inch wrist. It also has an updated movement compared to the steel Black Bay 36, which I love. But there are two details that I'm not a big fan of though. First is the lollipop seconds hand. I think the standard snowflake hand suits the watch better. The other thing I don't like so much is the clasp. I wish Tudor had gone with a bi-color look, just like how Rolex does it with its two-tone models. My number 5 pick is the Omega Seamaster Diver 300M 60th Anniversary James Bond Special Edition. Had I been a big fan of the James Bond franchise, this watch would probably make it higher up on my list. The watch comes in a stainless steel case. It has a case diameter of 42mm, and it is 14.3mm thick. Both the bezel and the dial are made out of aluminium. This new edition also has a number 60 on the bezel instead of a standard lume pip, representing the 60th year of the James Bond franchise. The wave pattern on the dial is also a little bit more compressed compared to the standard version, which I really like. The best part of the watch is actually at the back, where it shows an animation of the opening scene of many James Bond movies. This is pretty incredible, as I haven't seen anything like this before. Coming in at number 4 is the Tudor Black Bay Pro. I have said it before, and I will say it again. I think this Black Bay Pro offers the best value for money in the entire Tudor catalog. The Black Bay Pro has a true GMT movement, a dates complication, and a quick adjust T-fit system. It is water resistant up to 200 meters, and it has 70 hours of power reserve. This watch is packed full with great specifications, and it is priced at £3,170 on a metal bracelet. It has all the useful complications we can actually use in day-to-day life, and it is also a very good-looking watch. I just wish Tudor could slim down the thickness a bit. Had the watch been a bit thinner, it would have made it to my top 3 for sure. Before we move on to my top 3, I would really appreciate it if you can give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be reviewing more new releases in the future, so be sure to stay updated. Coming in at number 3 is the SEIKO 5 Sports GMT. Similar to how Tudor offers a great value proposition for the true GMT movement in the $3,000 price point, I think SEIKO has also set the benchmark for an office GMT watch at the £400 price level. The new SEIKO 5 Sports GMT feels and looks very similar to the standard SEIKO 5 Sports, but you will notice it now features a Jubilee-style bracelet which is super comfortable, as well as a bicolor 24-hour bezel to go with the GMT function. I just love how the bezel changes color depending on lighting condition, and that SEIKO was able to add a GMT function to a watch without adding too much to the thickness. My number 2 pick is the Moonswatch. Don't get me wrong, I am very disappointed by how Swatch has handled this release, and I think the communication has been quite bad throughout. But putting that aside, I think the marketing concept and the product execution is pretty decent if you have the right expectation, i.e., expect Swatch quality and not Omega quality. I really like that there are so many options to choose from, and I especially like the ones with the bolder colors. This is because whenever I think of a Swatch, I think of fun, or holiday, or childhood, and I think all these colorful designs really bring me this vibe. To me, the Moonswatch is a really fun watch to have in any collection, and at £218, I think it is still reasonably priced. Again, just don't expect Omega quality at a Swatch price. Finally, my number 1 pick. I think most of you can guess it by now. It is the Tudor Pelagos39. This is the watch that I have been waiting Tudor to release for a while now, and it did not disappoint. The watch is made out of titanium. It has a 39mm case, and it has all the updates you would expect from a modern Tudor watch. It has 70 hours of power reserve, an updated T-fit system, and it also rocks a ceramic bezel insert. For those who have been looking for a Rolex Submariner alternative, the Pelagos39 might just be your answer. It looks so similar to a Submariner, and it is priced at half the retail price of the sub. I've made quite a few videos about the Pelagos39s on my channel already. Go check them out if you want to see more in-depth reviews on this piece. So there you have it. This is my top 10 list. But what do you think? Do you agree with my choices here? And did I miss out on your favorite releases in 2022? Let me know in the comment section down below.